Today I'm going to review this Blitzwolf BW-FWC3 wireless charger for mobile phones. And in this video I'm going to review the product itself, and I'm also going to talk about the wireless technology a little bit and how it evolved, so I can introduce the concept and the technology to somebody who hasn't used wireless charging before. As the name implies, wireless charging allows your devices, mostly your smartphones, to charge wirelessly. So you just place your phone onto the wireless charger and it starts charging without the plugs being plugged into the phone itself. And I remember for me it started about like 4 years ago when I got my Google Nexus 4, which is actually this phone. And I started using wireless charging because that was my first phone which had wireless charging built in. That was already 4 years ago. And looking back to the technology of wireless charging, this specific standard started back in 2012 when Nokia released two of its phones with wireless charging. Shortly after that, Google announced that Nexus 4 phones are going to have wireless charging, and this is how I got on. And I remember 4 years ago I bought some chargers. I even installed one wireless charger into my car docking station, so when I put the phone into the docking station it would start charging automatically without plugging any cables in. So it was really convenient. Nowadays this technology is having its revival. Interestingly enough, my new Nexus 5 doesn't have wireless charging, but after all these years, Apple has picked up the technology, so the newest iPhones have wireless chargers, and most of the flagship Samsung phones have wireless charging. So I'm going to test this device with my old Nexus 4, and I'm also going to use my wife's Galaxy S6 Edge phone to test this functionality and to review this product. And there are many different wireless charging standards available, but the ones that are used for mobile phones and charging mobile devices is called Qi, and is spelled as Qi. And most of the devices that are sold for mobile phone charging, they are using this standard, and that's also the standard which is supported by this Nexus phone, the Samsung phone, and also the newest iPhones. The charger comes in this Blitzwolf branded box. So again, the model number is BW-FWC3, and on the back we can see some technical details. Oops, it's the other way around. So there is a QR code for the website, and we can see that the input is 5 volt 1.5 amps and the output is 5 volt 1 amp. When we open the box, we got some leaflets. So we have this leaflet, so you can leave a feedback whether you like or you don't like the product. Oh, sorry, it's this way around. Also, we get a small manual, basic operating instructions. Nothing really complicated about that. You basically plug it in and you place the phone on top. And we got the device itself. I've already opened this. So it comes in this sleeve, and that's how the charger itself looks like. Let me just put it aside for a moment. And you are getting USB to micro USB lead also in the box. And that's it. So you are not getting a charger, so you need to supply your charger to operate this device. So that's basically just only does the wireless thing. You still need a normal phone charger with a USB lead in order to power this. If I flip this around, we can see the same technical details here. So 5 volt 1 amp, 1.3 amps input and 1 amp output. And by the way, this case is a really nice, I think probably it's like an anodized aluminum single piece case, very nicely machined. There are some rubber feet to stop it moving around on the desk. On one side we have a micro USB input, and on the other side we have like a single status LED, and the top has this probably it's like a silicone finish, so it's a really nice shiny finish, and that actually stops the phone moving around it. So once you place the phone down, then it firmly stays in its place, and in some cases even sticks to it. I mean, this particular phone, maybe it's a little bit dirty. So but once you got this charging, that will make sure that the phone doesn't move anywhere and it stays on the spot for charging. To use this charger, you take your micro USB lead and you plug into it, and that's pretty much it. So once you have it plugged in, then it is ready for your phone to be charged. As I said, the device doesn't come with an adapter itself, so I'm actually using another Blitzwolf adapter, like this multi-port adapter, to do that. And so now the device is ready. You just place the phone sort of like in the middle. I'm guessing every phone has a slightly different sweet spot, but usually it's like in the middle of the phone. If you place it like slightly off, then it's just not going to charge. And of course, once the charging starts, usually your phone is going to give some audio feedback that the charging has started. And also you see the status LED here. And the status LED has a few different modes. So when it is charging a compatible wireless device, you can see that this blue light is like breathing, it's fading in and out. So that shows that it is charging. If the charging is completed, this breathing LED is going to turn to like a solid blue. And if the charger detects a device which is not compatible, it's just going to be like a normal flashing blue light. But as you can see, it's really easy. You just place your phone onto the charger. If you are finished, you take it away. You need to charge it again, you put it back on. And it goes back to charging. So this phone, it only says, you can probably see on the screen, it says charging. So it doesn't say like, you know, fast charging or slow charging. But again, if we turn this device around and we look at the specs again, if you have bought any charger or any USB adapter recently, you know that there are all these fast charging standards. And even before the fast charging standards came out, you probably remember that if you want a really strong charger which charges your phone quite quickly, you need something like 2 amps or 2.5 amps. So again, just want to highlight this output of this wireless charger is only 1 amp. That's something you would find in most wireless chargers, that they usually charge only at 1 amp. There are a few models which can charge with probably 1.5 amps, so they would only have like a voltage defined on the specification. So this is only 5 watts. So if your phone needs a lot of juice and you are in the rush, your phone is almost depleted, you really want to have it charged quickly, then wireless charging is not a good option, or at least not a good option with these type of chargers. So in that case, what you can do is just basically take the micro USB and plug it directly into the phone, and then your phone should say something like fast charging or charging rapidly. But on the other hand, the main reason I started using this wireless charger back when I had this Nexus 4, because it is so damn convenient to just put the phone into the charger and start charging. And I think the best use of a wireless charger is, let's say, in an office where you constantly getting up, you have to go to a meeting and you have to grab your phone, and when you come back, sometimes you don't charge your phone because you don't want to fiddle around, you know, finding the cable, plugging this in. But with the wireless charger, it's so easy. You have it on your phone, you put your phone down and it start charging. If you need to run somewhere, you just pick it up and then you go, and you know, there is no cables attached, nothing like that. So I think that's the big convenience factor. Just always keep in mind that the wireless charger is always going to be slower than your normal wired charger. And probably even for the more expensive models which has the fast charging option, the cable itself would always going to be faster, because there is always some loss involved in wireless charging. So your adapter and the cable will always be able to put out more juice than what your phone receives via wireless charger. Needless to say, I think these are wonderful devices and they are really convenient. Wireless chargers has a physical limit how far they can charge a phone from, and typically in our case, you just place your phone on the charger and it works, and even if you lift it up and even just a few centimeters, then the charging will stop. I've also noticed that once I have like any case and then I just increase the distance, the phone becomes a little bit more sensitive how I place it on the charger. So if I place it a little bit more up, I'm guessing the charger for this particular device is more towards the button, it's not charging. If I place it something like this, it starts charging without any issues. So again, this is something that you will find out as you are using the phone. As you will see, my Vive has a much thicker folding case, and that's allowing the charger to work without any issues. The only case I noticed that the wireless charging doesn't work when my wife's Nexus had a case which had like a metallic chrome finish on it. So that was most probably like a real very thin chrome deposition, but acted as a shield for the wireless charging, so the charger did not work at all unless she removed the foam from the case. So I would say that with this charger, with normal casing, even the flip casing with a leather case, the charger is going to work. It might be a little bit more sensitive in terms of the placing on the phone, on the charger, but you should have no issues charging your phone with the case on. If you are still watching this video, you must be interested in this subject, and if you have another 10 minutes, I recommend watching this piece from Real Engineering, which talks about wireless charging and inductive charging as a technology, a bit of history, and as the title says, the truth about wireless charging. You find the link in the video description. That was my review of the Blitzwolf wireless charger. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video.